Hello everyone, Carson here, and in this video, I'm gonna be solving Wordle number 1396 and New York Times Hard Sudoku for April 15th, 2025. So let's get this video started with Wordle number 1396. I'm gonna start with the word root. Okay, only got the E yellow, so this letter goes somewhere else in this word. It could very likely be an EA double consonant, like this or like this. For example, clean. Let's try that. Okay, I did not place the E and A correctly, but I did place the N, which was unexpected. Um, it doesn't have to be E and A sticking together. It could be something like this. Um, this is less likely, because now I can't think of a letter that can go before, can go between the A and N. So, it could also start with a vowel, but, this is quite likely, I would say. But again, can't think of those words. Um, Faken? No, I don't know. Like, I just my mind is kind of blank. It's not even paven or anything. Oh, that means the A goes first. Okay, well, I don't know what this word is. I'm sorry, but I've never actually seen it. Ashen? Let me look that up right now. So it literally took me 5 minutes to guess today's Wordle answer. Hold on. Uh, oh, that's what it means. Okay. Ashen. Okay. I see. I've just looked it up. Yeah, I've really never seen this word. I'm sorry. So yeah, took me quite a lot of time to guess it. Um, I just didn't use any elimination strategies. I just kept trying and trying, and finally got there in 4 tries. So actually take that. Yeah, got today's Wordle answer Ashen in 4 tries. I would not want to spend this much of time on Wordle again. But anyway, this is Wordle number 1396. Let's move on to New York Times Sudoku. Again, today is April 15th, 2025. Let's start the hard difficulty Sudoku for today. These ones force the digit 1 into one of these two cells in block 7. The digit 2 in block 5 is forced into one of these two cells. These 3s point up, and this cell sees another 3. The digit 4 in block 6 is forced into one of these two cells. These 5s point left. Okay, the digit 6 in block 4 is forced into this cell, followed by the 1, because after 6 occupied this cell, the 1 can then be forced into this cell in block 4, which places 1 in this cell in block 7, leaving a 5/8 pair in block 4 because they are the missing digits. So 5 being here eliminates 5 from this cell, because from this 5/8 pair, we know that there's already a 5 in column 3. We already have 5 in this column. So this cell, which lies in the same column, cannot contain another 5. So 5 in block 7 is forced into this cell. This given 5 and hidden 5s point up, and this cell sees another 5. Okay, the digit 7 in block 5 is forced into this cell, and then these 7s point down. This 8 points up, and this 8 points right. So in block 6, the digit 8 is forced into row 5. 8 being here eliminates 8 from this cell, because we have a guaranteed 8 in row 5 already. So no other open cells in the same row can contain an 8, which allows me to eliminate 8 from this cell, which makes this a 5, this an 8. Okay, this 9 points left, and this 9 points up. So in block 1, the digit 9 is forced into column 2. Okay, similarly, with the 8, the digit 9 in block 6 is forced into row 5. So these two cells form an 8-9 pair. As you can see, in block 6, the digits 8 and 9 are missing. These 8s and 9s force both 8 and 9 into these two cells only. So in order to fit both 8 and 9 into block 6, I have to make these two cells reserved for 8 and 9. So these two cells form the 8-9 pair, and all other digits are eliminated from these two cells, which means that 4 cannot go into this cell anymore, because 4 is certainly not 8 or 9, so 4 cannot go into the pair, which makes 4 becomes forced into this cell in block 6. And then 4 goes into one of these two cells in block 5, so these two cells form a 2-4 pair, another pair, which has the same concept as this pair. In block 5, the digits 2 and 4 are missing. These 2s and 4s force both 2 and 4 into these two cells only. So in order to fit both 2 and 4 into block 5, I have to make these two cells reserved for 2 and 4. So these two cells form the 2-4 pair, and all other digits are eliminated from these two cells. Now look at row 5. We have 5 open cells, which means that there are 5 missing digits. There are 2 pairs, so that is 4 digits accounted for, which means that this cell contains the only digits not mentioned, which is 3, because these 5 open cells contain the missing digits 2, 3, 4, 8, and 9, but 2, 4, 8, and 9 go into these pairs. So this cell can only be the 3, which leaves a 1, 5, 6 triple in block 6. Well, in these 3 cells, actually, this cell sees a 5. So in block 6, the digit 5 is forced into column 7. So this 5 and hidden 5s points up, and this cell sees another 5. So in block 3, the digit 5 is forced into this cell. And 5 being placed here gets the 5 in block 1 placed in this cell. 5 in block 5 goes into one of these two cells. Okay, after 5 occupied this cell, the digit 9 in block 1 can only go into this cell because of these 9s pointing in. So 9 goes here, which places 9 in one of these two cells in block 2. These 3s point down, and this cell sees another 3. So in block 9, the digit 3 is forced into this cell. Okay, the digit 7 in block 3 is forced into row 3. So 7's here, and this 7 points left, where this cell sees another 7. Or actually, I can just mark down column 2. 4 and 8 are the missing digits of column 2. Okay, in column 9, 6 is a missing digit, but these two open cells see another 6. So in column 9, the digit 6 is forced into one of these two cells. And because 6 is guaranteed into one of these two cells, no other open cells in block 9 can contain 6. So 6 cannot go into these two cells. I also see that these 6's point down. Okay, this 4 points up. So in block 1, the digit 4 is forced into row 2. So 4 in block 2 is forced into one of these two cells. And now look at column 5. In column 5, 4 is a missing digit, so I have to put 4 somewhere in this column. But this cell sees 4, this cell sees a hidden 4, this cell sees 4, and this cell also sees another 4. So in column 5, the digit 4 is forced into this cell, because all other open cells in this column see another 4, and that this is the only cell available for 4 in this column. So I have to put a 4 into this cell, because it can't go anywhere else in this column. This is the only cell available for 4 in this column, so this cell has to contain a 4. Which eliminates 4 from this cell and places 4 in this cell for the column 2, which makes this cell an 8. So the digit 8 in block 8 is forced into this cell. The digit 4 in block 7 is forced into this cell, just by these 4s pointing left. Okay, after placing this 4, the digit 7 in block 8 is forced into... sorry. 7 in block 8 is forced into this cell. This should be a 7. And now in row 8, 7 is a missing digit, so it has to go somewhere. But these open cells see another 7. So in row 8, the digit 7 is forced into this cell, which eliminates 7 from this cell and places 7 in this cell in block 3. In row 8, 2, 6, and 9 are the missing digits. 2, 6, and 9 are also the missing digits of block 9. This cell sees a 9, so it's 2, 6. This cell sees a 2, so it's 6, 9. This cell is 6, 8, or 9 for column 9, but this cell sees 6 and 9. So this cell has to be an 8, which makes this cell 9 and this a 6 to complete column 9, which makes this cell 2, because it sees 6 and 9 now, which makes this a 9 to complete block 9, leaving a 2, 6 pair in row 8, which makes these two cells a 3, 9 pair, because they are the other missing digits of block 8. This cell now sees a 6, so the digit 6 in block 7 is forced into this cell, which makes this a 7 for the row, and in row 7, we have 2 and 9 as the missing digits, but this cell sees a 9. So 9 and 2 placed this way, which makes this a 2, this a 7, this a 3, and this an 8. The digit 8 in block 2 is forced into this cell. This cell can only be an 8 now. Okay, all 8s are placed. In block 3, 1, 2, and 6 are the missing digits, where this cell sees 1 and 2. So this cell has to be a 6, leaving behind a 1, 2 pair in the other two cells. Oh, but actually, this cell also sees a 2. So 1 and 2 this way. 2 and 9 are the missing digits of row 1, and in row 2, 3 and 6 are the missing digits where this cell sees a 6. So it's 3 and 6 placed this way, which makes down here 2 and 6, up here 1 and 4 are the missing digits of row 3, 2 and 9 are the missing digits of column 5, but this cell sees a 2. So 9 and 2 this way, which makes us 9. Down here, 3 and 9. This cell is a 6 to complete the column. 1 or 5 for the row, and 1, 3, and 5 are the missing digits of row 4, but this cell sees 3 and 5. So this cell has to be a 1. 1, 1, 5, 5, 4, and this Sudoku puzzle is complete. Alright, I finished today's New York Times Hot Sudoku in a bit over 12 minutes. So I would say the Sudoku puzzle is mostly straightforward. I'll go over the key spots as a quick summary. So towards the beginning, placing the 6 and 1 in block 4 was the most straightforward thing ever. Placing the 6 and 1 in block 4, which gave us the 5-8 pair, and placing some digits, I forgot. And then towards the right hand side, the 8-9 pair in block 6. The 8-9 pair in block 6, as well as the 2-4 pair in block 5, helped place the 5 and 8 here, as well as this 3 and 4, I think. So yeah, the 8-9 pair in block 6 and the 2-4 pair in block 5 definitely helped quite a bit. And after getting some digits placed up here, I feel like the 4 being forced into row 2 in block 1 helped place the 4 in column 5. And I think that was one of the most important parts of the Sudoku puzzle. It's quite significant after you spot the placement of 4 in column 5 after having a 4 here. So yeah, I think these were the key spots. I don't recall any other tricky spots for the Sudoku puzzle, so yeah, it's rather an approachable hard difficulty Sudoku. But anyway, if you have any other questions or difficulties, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. I'll be glad to reply you, and hopefully this video helped. So yeah, mostly straightforward puzzle. Today is April 15th, 2025. In this video, I've solved Wordle number 1396 and New York Times Hard Sudoku for today. See you all next time. Bye!